Way out in Australia's sun-scorched heart, where just surviving is an art form, lives a creature that's pretty hard to pin down. Imagine a reptile so bizarre it looks like it strolled right out of a prehistoric storybook. It's a walking thorny fortress, a master of trickery, and a big fan of the tiniest snacks. This isn't your average lizard. This is an animal that can literally drink water using its skin, has a fake head to fool its enemies, and eats thousands upon thousands of ants every single day. So how does such an outlandish little guy not only survive but actually thrive in one of the toughest landscapes on Earth? Let's step into the strange and fascinating world of the Thorny Devil. Our star today is Moloch horridus, a name that even sounds pretty intimidating, right? You probably know it as the Thorny Devil, though some call it the Mountain Devil or Thorny Lizard. This small reptile, usually growing to about 20 centimeters or 8 inches long, is a true icon of Australia's dry, arid interior. You'll find it in sandy deserts, spinifex grasslands, and scrublands, places where life really has to fight to hang on. But the Thorny Devil isn't just hanging on, it's a perfectly adapted specialist. Think of it as a masterpiece of millions of years of evolution, shaped into one of the most peculiar and well-equipped desert dwellers you could ever imagine. Its looks are definitely what grab you first. A body completely covered in an impressive array of spiky, cone-shaped spines. But those spikes? They're just the start of its incredible story. A story packed with clever defenses, a super specific diet, and a way of drinking water that any desert wanderer would be jealous of. When you first see a Thorny Devil, its armor is what immediately catches your eye. Its whole body is a landscape of sharp, conical spines, big and small, covering its head, back, and legs. This isn't just for show. It's a seriously effective multi-layered defense system. First off, these spines make the Thorny Devil an incredibly difficult and painful snack for predators like goannas, snakes, and birds of prey such as the Australian bustard or black-breasted buzzard. Just picture a hungry dingo or a big monitor lizard trying to swallow this spiky little critter. It would be, to put it mildly, a bad time and probably pretty painful. When it feels threatened, the Thorny Devil tucks its real head down between its front legs, showing off this false head to whatever's bothering it. This clever adaptation is all about confusing predators, drawing an attack away from its actual vital head. A bite aimed at this decoy might give it a fright, but is far less likely to be deadly. The spines on this pretend head even kind of look like the spiny horns above its real eyes, making the illusion even better. On top of these physical defenses, the Thorny Devil is a master of camouflage. Its colors, usually a mix of desert browns, yellows, and reds, let it blend in perfectly with the sand and dry plants of its home. It can even tweak its skin color a bit depending on the temperature, often looking darker brown or olive in the cooler mornings and then shifting to lighter yellows as the desert day heats up. This doesn't just help it manage its body temperature, it makes its disappearing act even more convincing. And if camouflage and spiky armor aren't enough, the Thorny Devil has one more move. It can puff up its body by gulping air. This makes it look bigger, more intimidating, and importantly, even harder for a predator to swallow. Its general strategy is all about passive defense. Instead of trying to run away, it often just freezes, trusting its amazing disguise and spiky bits to deal with any danger. Its strange, slow, jerky, rocking walk with sudden stops might also help confuse predators by breaking up its outline and making it harder to follow. This weird, almost robotic movement just adds to its wonderfully odd character, making sure that even if it's spotted, it doesn't act like typical prey. For an animal that looks so fierce and well defended, you might expect it to eat some pretty tough prey. But nope! The Thorny Devil is a highly specialized eater with a surprisingly focused menu. Ants. It's what we call an obligate myrmecophage, which just means its diet is almost entirely ants, especially small black ants from genera like Erydomyrmex. This tiny reptile is basically an ant-eating machine. To get all the nutrients it needs, an adult Thorny Devil has to eat an incredible number of these tiny insects. Estimates say it can gobble down anywhere from 600 to 2,500 ants in a single day, and some reports even suggest up to 3,000. One study figured out it eats about 2.9 ants per minute. It does this using a short, blunt, sticky tongue, flicking it out super fast to grab individual ants one by one. You'll often find a thorny devil patiently sitting or slowly ambling along an ant trail, usually in the cooler parts of the day like early morning and late afternoon, just methodically picking off its meals. This specialized diet might sound a bit limiting since ants aren't super rich in nutrients and are full of stuff like chitin and formic, but the thorny devil has a large stomach that's perfectly set up to handle this huge amount of food. This ant-focused lifestyle means it actually plays a pretty important role in its desert ecosystem by helping to keep ant populations in check. All the energy and water it gets from these countless ants are what keep this unique creature going. The bits it can't digest, like the chitinous exoskeletons, come out as surprisingly large, smooth fecal pellets, often left in specific toilet spots. It's a slow, careful hunt, perfectly matching its energy-saving lifestyle, turning what looks like a barren desert into a reliable, all-you-can-eat ant buffet. Maybe the most mind-blowing thing about the thorny devil, and something that really makes it stand out, is how it drinks water. It doesn't need to find a puddle or dip its head like other animals. Its entire body is an amazing piece of natural engineering designed just for harvesting water. Its skin is covered in a complex network of tiny, hygroscopic, that means moisture attracting, grooves and channels that run between its scales and around its spines. These channels work using capillary action. You know, the same science that lets water climb up a thin straw. Any moisture the thorny devil touches, whether it's morning dew on its body, raindrops, or even dampness from the sand, gets drawn into these grooves and automatically funneled straight to its mouth. The lizard can get a drink just by standing in a tiny puddle, rubbing against wet plants, or even by flicking damp sand onto its back. Recent research shows that while standing in puddles is effective, soaking up water from moist sand, sometimes by burying itself, is also a key strategy. This system is so good that every precious drop is caught and used, a massive advantage in a place where actual puddles are a rare treat. The tough, fibrous skin helps water spread quickly across these scale surfaces. Studies have found that these channels are cleverly structured, with larger channels between scales branching into even smaller subcapillaries, which makes them absorb water faster and transport it further. This incredible built-in irrigation system is a big reason why it rules the arid lands. Beyond its spiky armor and unique way of drinking, the thorny devil has other tricks for dealing with the desert's harsh conditions. It's mainly active during the day, diurnal as scientists say, but it's smart enough to do its foraging in the cooler parts of the morning and late afternoon. When it gets too hot, or during the coldest winter months, it chills out in burrows to escape extreme temperatures and save energy. Its ability to change color also helps it manage its body heat, soaking up more warmth when it's darker and reflecting it when it's lighter. Even the way it reproduces is perfectly suited to desert life. Males put on a bit of a show for the females with head bobbing and leg waving. After mating, the female digs a burrow, sometimes up to 30 centimeters deep, and lays a clutch of 3 to 10 eggs. These eggs stay safe and snug underground for 3 to 4 months, protected from the harsh conditions on the surface. When the hatchlings emerge, they're pretty much ready to start their ant-eating lives straight away. Every single thing about the thorny devil, from its slow, careful movements designed to save energy to its super specialized diet and unique water-collecting skin, shows a creature that's perfectly in tune with its challenging world. The thorny devil is just one incredible example of the weird and wonderful biodiversity our planet has. If you found this journey into the world of Moloch horridus as amazing as we did, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more adventures into nature's most extraordinary creations. And we'd love to hear from you. What's the weirdest animal adaptation you've ever come across? This spiky ant-loving creature is like a living puzzle that leaves us in awe of the incredible creativity of life on Earth. The thorny devil, or Moloch horridus, is seriously one of nature's coolest creations. With its crazy crown of spikes and that sneaky false head, it's like a little fortress wandering around the Australian desert. Can you believe it feasts on thousands of ants and even drinks through its skin? Talk about wild! This little guy isn't just surviving, it's thriving in its dry kingdom, showing us how evolution can whip up some truly bizarre but super effective design. The thorny devil isn't just another odd reptile. It's a stunning example of adaptation that leaves us in awe of the cleverness of life on Earth.